Hey guys, so today this video isn't going to be a funny video, it's actually going to be quite a serious one because it's something that means a lot to me and probably not to anyone that's watching this, but it means a real lot to me. The first half of this video I'm going to talk about the whole My Chemical Romance splitting up kind of thing, and then the second part, if you stick around that long, is going to be about like how I became a fan, my story, and blah blah blah. I apologize that I look really bad, but I've been like pretty much crying all day because you can guess from the title of the video that, you know, my favourite band, My Chemical Romance, broke up today. So obviously I didn't take this very well because, you know, with it being like my favourite band ever and pretty much one of the only bands I ever listened to, it's really hard to like make a video about it because it's probably not a good idea to make a video, but I kind of just want to get it all out because yeah, I'm quite a shy person when it comes to like telling people how I feel. That's why everyone kind of thinks I'm always really happy. I have literally been crying all day. Like, I didn't realise how like much a band could mean to me, and like probably a lot of you thinking like Infinite is just a band, but it really isn't. Like, if you're a fan of My Chemical Romance, you kind of know it's not just a band. Like, honestly, I've met so many people like and friends like through this band, like off the fan pages and stuff. Like, I've met so many amazing people, and like I hope they stay in my life because they actually are like some of the like best people I've ever met, even though I've never met them. So yeah, as I said, My Chemical Romance is splitting up, and like I did not take this well, purely because My Chemical Romance was a huge part of my life. Like, basically, yeah, I don't quite understand why they split up, and I don't think it's ever going to be released because they're quite a secretive band, to be fair. Because like we don't even know what happened to Bob, so I doubt that we're going to ever find out why they split up. But I personally think it's purely because they're all starting families now and they're growing up, and yeah. I think we should all be happy that the fact that they stuck around for 12 years. I mean, it's quite a long time when you think about it, 12 years of your life. But at the same time, I personally do think it's quite selfish what they did, because they made us all believe that we were expecting a new album, which was MCR5, and then later today I read that it was actually MCR5 was basically a 5-line paragraph on them splitting up, which I personally think is really horrible because you got everyone's expectations up and then you kind of just give them that bad news out of the blue and no one expected it at all. I honestly hope no one like has taken their life because of this. MCR fans are just completely different to any other fans that I know. Like, the fan base is more like a community when everyone's like friends and everyone gets on, and it's just a nice place. It's just, we're all so similar, so yeah. I hope that never like, the whole fact that they broke up, I hope it never like breaks up the MCR because they are such nice people. I was lucky enough to see them twice, and I'm so glad I did because it was like probably the best night of my life, both times. It really was. And I don't think there will ever be a band like My Chemical Romance. And I don't want to cry because I don't want to be like another freaking Chris Crocker thing, like crying over an artist, but I don't know. Okay, so now I don't really want to say too much about My Chemical Romance because I get really upset and like it's just kind of really hard for me to talk about because I don't want to like cry on camera, but it's a really touchy subject purely because like the majority of my life is based around My Chemical Romance, and that probably sounds really like weird and bad, but it really is, and now it's not, and I can't ever get that back like the way I felt. This part is how I found out about My Chemical Romance and how, you know, I became a fan and all this kind of thing. Okay, so I remember being in year 5, and I remember my brother and sister used to be a really big fan of My Chemical Romance, but I didn't know My Chemical Romance at the time, and my brother and sister used to sing their songs in the car, and I didn't know who the hell they were, but I used to sing along. And then I remember, like, me and my friend, I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning her name, but Hannah Dawson. I remember, like, she came on my house once, and, like, we used to make videos of us singing all the time, and I taught her the song, which was Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, but I didn't actually know the song at the time. I remember I used to, like, type in the words into YouTube to try and find it. And I remember, like, I taught it her, and then we made a video to it, but I kind of lost that video, which is really sad actually. So I used to like My Chemical Romance without even knowing I did. When I was in year 8, well, when I was in year 7 and 8 before I went on a ski trip, I used to like listen to chart music because that's what everyone was listening to, and I didn't want to be different because I didn't like it, but I just forced myself to listen to it because I didn't want to be different. I didn't want to be like, she is a weird girl that makes YouTube videos and listens to weird music. But after I started listening to music like My Chemical Romance, they kind of taught me that you should never be afraid to be different, which I totally agree with, and you shouldn't, because I regret ever doing that for 2 years because it was the worst 2 years of my life. And then this is like probably like my fondest memory of My Chemical Romance. When I was in year 8, which is I think it was 2009, I went on a school trip to France on a ski trip, and I remember we were in the games room one night and we all like played this game, and like we sat on in a big circle and we were playing this game, but like no one really knew what to do. And I remember like we were doing it all wrong, and then we were all just like, "Miss, we're playing it wrong." And then she was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, we'll carry on." Maybe not like that, but she said that. And then I remember this boy I might have liked a little bit. I remember like kind of just staring at his face, and then I remember him singing. Not like that either. But I remember after he said that, I was like, I know that song. How do I know that song? And then I remember after that trip, I came home and I was straight onto YouTube trying to find it. And then it turns out it was obviously My Chemical Romance, and I started listening to them. I don't think he knows this story, but I couldn't thank him enough for getting me into My Chemical Romance. And also, I don't want to mention his name because I don't know if he knows it, but he kind of changed my life in a way for like introducing me, even though he didn't really introduce me to My Chemical Romance, but he did. He did it without knowing. So I can't thank him enough either, but it's not like I'm going to because I don't want him to, because I just admitted that I used to fancy him. It like changed me as a person in this band. Like I was never into art and music and creating things. I was never, until I met My Chemical Romance, and they truly inspired me to like finally pick up a pencil or a paintbrush and just do whatever. Honestly, without My Chemical Romance, I wouldn't be in a band either. I would have never started a band. I would never wanted to be in a band. My Chemical Romance is the reason I'm in a band, and possibly the reason I'm still around today. I know a lot of people throw that around a lot nowadays, like, My Chemical Romance saved my life, My Chemical Romance saved my life, but I think they did, truly. I'm not just saying that to be a poser. They got me through pretty much all my high school life. I mean, come on, you could have just stuck with me another 6 weeks. But, you know, they pretty much got me through 5 years of high school, so I can't thank them enough. Like, even though they've gone, they still got me through, like, pretty much all the hard times of being a teenager, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. It's like they always say, you don't really, like, realize how much you miss something until it's gone, and it's so true. And I understand they have their lives, but to be fair, this is the career choice they chose to take, you know? They didn't have to be in a band, but that's their job, you know what I mean, to make music. So it's like someone in the middle of doing brain surgery to be like, I don't want to do this anymore, fuck this, screw this. That's kind of how it kind of is. You chose to be in a band, that's what you have to do, you know what I mean? But if I had the opportunity to be as successful as they are, I'd be so grateful, like, honestly, because I'm a really, like, people pleaser, and I like everyone to be happy. Like, I'd rather someone else be happy than me. So, like, if I was in that position, I'd do it for the fans, and I don't know, and I honestly would. I'm not just saying that because I want him to. I honestly would do that, as that's just me personally. I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I feel like I'm gonna cry again. It's better, I can hide behind the reflection. So I changed my profile picture to black on Twitter and Facebook, and it's because I saw a post saying to show your respect for My Chemical Romance, change your profile picture to black, like painted black. So if there's any MCR fans out there that just like feel like kind of giving up now, don't, like, honestly don't, because it's not worth it. You're perfect, and don't change. Goodbye. What's the worst thing I can say? Things are better if I say so long and good night. So long and good night. Oh, if you carry on this way, things are better if I say so long and good night. So long and good night. I love you, MCR.